We have returned. Seems like it's been a while since I've been here. So let's see if y'all can see me and we'll go from there. Do. Need that music from, like the dating game or something. Kind of there's computer coming up. Okay, let's see. And Robert says 5x5. Checks to mix right behind him. All right, good deal. Greetings, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I'm back. So, missed you guys. Saw plenty of you on Saturday, but it's kind of a weird night when I wasn't on the live stream. So, but I was exhausted. So, good to see everybody again. Big crowd in here already to start. So, greetings to you all. Wanted to start off. I was watching the chat come by for about 5 minutes to I Love Big Knockers. Congratulations on your new baby. So wanted to give you prayers from our house to yours and congratulations as well. And then Robert, recover from surgery. I saw that one too. So yes, abdominal surgery is never fun. So, all right. Well, gang's all here. I saw North Shore. I saw Robert. I saw Jacob. I'm kind of betting that Lucky Dame is probably picking up some extra hours tonight. So more power to her for that one. So, interesting day today, huh? Kind of got a kick out of what I could add now to the lunacy coming out of Washington. If you all caught Jen Psaki's press conference today. The latest reason for the shortages in the grocery stores and Walmart and wherever it is, this is what she said today. It's now because we're all shopping online too much. Gee, I don't know. We weren't allowed to go to the store. Now we can't shop online either, huh? Your great policies closed down all the brick and mortar stores. Where the hell you think we're going to shop? We still need to buy stuff. So it's just, the blame game. It's everybody's fault but theirs. I wish we could get somebody who'd stand up and go, gee, you want to know what? The blame lies directly here. We screwed up. You want to turn the tables on the election? Honesty might be a hell of a way to do it, but forget about that coming out of Washington. So, okay. Other one, and this one concerns anybody and everybody who uses propane for whatever reason. We are now being warned of Armageddon for the U.S. propane market, okay? Expecting massive price hikes. We've all seen it go crazy. I was in Walmart today and I saw the two little canisters that you use for your Coleman stoves or whatever it was, $9 for two of them. They were $5 a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a month ago. But yeah. So that was another one. So if you need propane for the house, see if you can get it. If you need propane for your, the barbecue grill size ones for whatever you run, get it. If you need the ones for the Coleman stove, the little buddy heaters, whatever it is, get it now because the price ain't going down. All right. The daily comment in stupidity, live from New York. Here we go. New York City has declared racism as a public health crisis. I don't know. Is there a medicine that we can give everybody to get rid of it? I don't know. How the hell it's a public health crisis? I got no idea. But yeah, this is what's going on. So crazy, crazy, crazy world we live in. The most important one, and this kind of goes into what everybody talks about. Let's just not say what I talked about this morning. This is nonstop. One of y'all is from Syracuse, New York, and sent me a email this afternoon of a correspondence he got from the local butcher. Okay, I want to read this to you. This is what the butcher shop sent out to all their customers. Customers have been asking us, when are the meat order sheets coming back? Figure it's a butcher shop, right? Bigger stuff. And our answer has to be straightforward. It's just not anytime soon. Folks, pricing right now is unpredictable, but today, this week, and the following week will all be fairly stable. We feel comfortable putting this message out to the masses. If you are looking to stock up on various cuts of beef, be it beef, pork, various cuts of meat, be it beef, pork, or chicken, now would be the time. We advise you to fill your freezers. Okay. That's coming out of a butcher shop. All right. That's not out of Kroger, out of Walmart, out of Piggly Wiggly, anything like this. This is a butcher shop. This is what they do for business. And when they are telling you that meat prices are going through the roof, that's pretty much all that you need to know. Okay. If they're saying that you got a couple of weeks till that everything should be stable, good. That gives us a couple of weeks to do stuff. But get it. I made another trip into town today. I picked up more spices. I picked up more canned goods, just stuff to fill holes in preps that we had, and just keep adding to the shelves, just keep going. So, because who knows how long the stores are going to have anything. Now, I will say this, and you guys know this, my Walmart is not a super Walmart. It's one of the old Kmart size ones. Okay. So it's got a couple aisles of groceries. The shelves looked good. There was plenty of bread. There was most of the canned goods you could look for. So in that respect, that was a good thing. Again, being in the country from what I showed you last week. So there is still supply there. Prices, of course, have gone up. Okay. Give you this one, the Chef Boyardee ravioli that I buy that you guys always laugh at me about, that I used to be able to get at Walmart for 85 cents a can. Today was 98 cents a can. Okay. So, do that math. You're talking about 13 cents. There's the better part of 15% hike and that sort of stuff. So, yeah, if you're just getting started, plan on paying more. Okay, there's no way around. But from everything we're hearing, food prices ain't going down. And like I told you all this morning, when grocery stores are saying 10% hike in grocery prices next month, obviously that's not 10% across the board. You're going to have something go up 20%, something not move. But on average, your grocery bill is going to go up 10%. Talk about a guaranteed return on your money. Go buy this stuff now if you can. Stick it in the freezer, stick it wherever you can, and you just saved yourself 10% next month. Okay, so. All right, that being said, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. Not a long soliloquy today. I didn't want to get into too much. I will say one thing. Yes, I know Colin Powell died. No, I disagree with the comments coming out of Washington and out of Hollywood. And yes, I know the Homeland Security Secretary tested positive. And I know the stories behind that. And no, I will not be talking about either one of them, just because we're going to try to keep ourselves out of trouble. I think y'all know what I'm talking about. So, all right. As per normal, guys, if you're new here, we do Q&A, rapid fire, whatever you guys, Tuesdays and Saturdays are all about you guys asking me what you want to do. If you got a question for me, please put it all in caps. That way I know it's for me. Please feel free to have conversations amongst yourselves. I never professed having all the answers, and God knows there's a bunch of brilliant people in here, okay, who can answer a lot of questions better than I can. If you want to have conversations amongst yourself, the only thing I ask is please do it in lowercase letters. That way I know that it's not directed to me and I can quickly skip over it as I'm looking at the computer below me so I can read the chat. What I do ask of everybody is keep it PG-13. We do not bitch at each other here in the chat. No name calling, no nothing. Disagreement is fine. Keep it clean. I don't agree with Mrs. Pinball all the time. I don't expect any other two people to agree all the time either. Okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion as long as they do it politely. Okay. Obviously, we already have two trolls that have stopped by tonight. I will tell you this. I got the best moderators in the business, and Lucky Dame's in here now, so all four of them are here. We don't deal with timeouts or anything like that. You run your mouth the wrong way and piss somebody off, you're just booted. Goodbye, no questions asked, end of story, all right? I won't say this place is good to keep your 6-year-old in because sometimes I will get salty in here, but your teenagers have heard everything that I can talk about. So yes, I mean, tweens and above are probably fine. If they haven't heard the language in high school, they're being raised under a rock. So with that being said, let's get into Q&A. I'm going to go to the top. As you all know, I try to get to every one of them, but I cannot keep up. There's more, 922 of you guys and one of me. So I get behind. If I haven't answered your question in 5 or 10 minutes, please put it up again. If I see it a second time, I'll just skip it. No big deal. Also understand that the chat does shoot me all the way to the bottom, and so I'll miss chunks of it. If y'all look in your chat window now, you can't go up to what y'all were talking about at 7:45 or whatever. So same thing for me. I try to get to everything. If I miss you, I apologize. It's just I can only do so much. So, all right. So let's see what we got here. And I'm going to scroll on down. Okay. Sassy Knitter. Do I have any leftover shirts for sale? Yes, I have leftover shirts. No, I do not have them for sale. Excuse me. So I will get into this right now because we're going to get into it. We should be back on the main channel that, unless they cut my throat here in the next few days, should be back on the main channel next Monday afternoon, which means next Tuesday night will be the 50,000 giveaway, the live stream. Okay. It's going to work the same as it did before. I will post a video on Pinball Preparedness as soon as I can. Same as before for those of you guys who've been here before. I will explain how the game works, and I will tell you how to enter, okay? Now, I have, I believe, 5 or 6 shirts left from Saturday's get-together. Because I've only got 5 or 6 shirts left, there's no way I can sit there and say, hey, who wants a shirt? Because 12 people would email me in 30 seconds, and then I've got a bunch of people that can't get them. So what I'm going to do is not only are we going to do the normal game of Dirty Santa, Yankee Swap, White Elephant, Chinese Auction, whatever the hell you want to call it, I'm also going to give away the last 6 t-shirts, and we'll go there. So sorry you don't get to pick your size or anything like that. You get what I got, but that's it. But I will just give those away, and we'll just do a random drawing for those. But again, must be present to win. So, all right. So that answers that. Scott Daney, we are the resistance. Yes, we are. And I'm going to post something real quick and put it down there in the chat. And I was going to talk about this later, but you got it already. That's a link to a Rumble video. Somebody sent that to me today. It's about a half an hour long. And it's clips from veterans over and over and over for a half an hour saying, you ain't taking my country from me. And this is what I keep saying, and I know some of you don't agree with me, but the military, but the vets, but the cops are going to be on our side. And I understand people don't agree. That's totally fine. But thought you might want to see what some of the people, all age groups, okay, are saying. Because that oath we all took didn't have an expiration date on it, guys. All right. JB Preps, is it me or are things ratcheting up? Things are ratcheting up quickly. There is more and more craziness going on with the shipping, like I told you today. So the supply chain is getting more broken day by day. Now you're having these companies who are starting to enforce these idiotic mandates that there is no basis for other than Joe running his mouth, guys. Just so you guys know, there's no executive orders. There's no OSHA dictate or anything like that. When Joe said all federal employees and any companies over 100 people, that was as far as it got, okay? There's nothing on paper. There's nothing that's been delivered to any of these companies. And so the companies that are doing it right now are doing it on their own. And I will give you this. Yesterday, I turned down another client. And I will just tell you, if you look at your laptop right now, you probably there's a good chance, and it ain't Apple, good chance that you're sitting in front of the company that is mandating. And I said, nope, sorry, won't do it. The name on that computer. But also, like I said, maybe a month, 2 months ago, is you were going to have companies go, this is going to kill our business. And if you saw today, Southwest Airlines is already backing down and saying, oh, gee, you know what? We're not going to pull these people on, off of work with no pay and everything like that, because they're going to lose half their pilots, and, airlines need planes in the air to make money. So, because you want to talk about a supply chain issue. If the plane doesn't go from Jacksonville to Denver, that flight going from Denver to Dallas doesn't happen either. So if that pilot's sitting in Jacksonville going, hell no, I ain't going to go, it not only messes up that flight, it messes up everywhere else that plane needs to be. So yeah, Southwest is bailed. I'm betting you're probably going to see a couple more airlines do it pretty quick too. Ms. T, if we were all shopping online, the stores would be full. What a dumb broad. Yeah, like I said, little red lying hood. I mean, she is got to be, a box of rocks is smarter than her. Let's see. Bama Gin, did I see where the government raised their snooping amount on bank accounts from 600 to 10,000? Yeah. So basically, they went back to what's been the law ever since I can remember. Okay, is that any transaction over $10,000 is going to be reportable to the IRS. That's probably been the law. I don't even know how long. It's been as long since I've ever been using a bank. Okay, so that's what, 30 some odd years. But yeah, the $600 one was insanely stupid. Okay, even somebody who works for $15 an hour, if they get paid weekly, they're $600. Okay, so anything. 10,000 makes sense. That's going to eliminate the IRS having to look at everybody's paycheck every 2 weeks. 99% of the people in this country, I guarantee, get a paycheck less than $10,000. Okay, so it's not going to be as crazy. Fine. You want to know when somebody goes and buys a car and takes $20,000 in cash out of the bank? Used car. Fine. They're going to probably have to go to 4 or 5 different banks anyway, because no bank's keeping that much cash around. So, who knows how it all works. But yeah, again, this is the stupidity, the complete lack of having any sort of common sense, total out of touch that, politicians in Washington are. But yeah, getting rid of the $600 numbskull idea. Thank God. Happy Canner, does Mrs. Pinball do any dehydrating? Yeah. You're funny, you should ask. The most interesting thing we dehydrate is fish, because Mrs. P likes her dried fish. So a lot of our dehydrating is done on fish. I'm betting there's not a whole lot of you guys that are dehydrating fish, but if I go out and catch fish, bring them home, fillet them up, and she throws them in the dehydrator, and dehydrated fish, dried fish. Yes. Dana, hope all is well. Husband fixed the roof. Woohoo! Okay, yes. Sorry you guys missed Saturday, but yes, the roof is definitely more important. It's a good deal. So glad to hear that. Robert Bates, how much of the price gouging is the store management? I don't think any of it. I literally think that the retailers are completely at a loss for how to price stuff. And again, you guys do a little bit of research on the Weimar Republic, okay? Germany pre-World War II. And the running joke was that, besides the wheelbarrow, oh no, I'm not worried about somebody stealing all the cash in a wheelbarrow. I'm worried about stealing a wheelbarrow. The running joke was, between the time you ordered your cup of coffee and got your cup of coffee, the price went up. Okay. Stores can't figure out, again, you got to think how inventory works, and stores are trying to figure out, okay, if we sell 10 cases of tuna fish a week and it costs us 90 cents, per case, let's just say, 10 cans of tuna fish. It costs us 90 cents and we sell them for $1. Okay. We get $10. It cost us $9. We have $1 worth of gross profit. That's fine. The problem the stores see is they don't know what it's going to cost them next week. So if they can buy that 9 cans again, so they go, okay, we got $10 in receipts. But now the next week, if the tuna fish is $1.10 wholesale, they don't know how to price. So they're kind of throwing numbers at the wall and going, we don't know. And so, no, I don't think the gouging is the store management at all. I think it's the confusion that is driving the prices all over the place. Because you can go into 2 different grocery stores and you'll see dollars in difference on stuff. And I'm not talking about meat because obviously that's different, but you can go into one store and find, a can of green beans for 90 cents. The next store you see the same can of green beans for $1.20. Why? They should be pretty similar. Jules, there are no 25-pound tanks, grill tanks, anywhere here. Yeah, because people are buying the propane anyway and every way they can. If you can find it, get it. It's just people know what's going on. If they've got it, I don't think people are buying the barbecue grill, the 25-pound tanks for barbecuing. I think they're buying them for backup heat. Literally is what's going on. So, if you can get them, get them. I'll give you a silly one, guys. Maybe you find them, maybe you don't. Sometimes you will literally see people have thrown those canisters out at trash day. Sometimes you will find them for sale at a garage sale. Sometimes you will find them for sale or given away for free on Craigslist or OfferUp or something like that. Look around. If you can snag one of them, take it back and exchange it and have 2 at the house. 2 is 1 and 1 is none. Yikes, Gina Brown just paid $4.40 a gallon for kerosene in Michigan. I saw somebody else today said they paid $4.75. So yeah, kerosene's getting crazy. I don't have anything kerosene, so I don't know what it costs here. Truth Seeker, Walmart had a pallet and a half of propane and buddy heaters, 2 pallets full in central Wisconsin. When I was in my Walmart here the other day, they had 1 buddy heater. That was it. I saw it there because I was running around over by the auto section. That was when I was getting the oil filters. I saw 1 on the shelf. Montana Chris fan, there's a thinking crisis in New York. Well, same shit, different day. Let's see. Lorna, apparently we can't discuss the whirlybirds in the sky I reported to you. Yeah, there was interesting. Couple of you guys had said it today that there was a lot of helicopter traffic around Fort Hood, and then somebody else sent me pictures of Blackhawks landing at a school in New Jersey. And I couldn't find anything online to see what was going on. You think the local news would say, hey, Black Hawk helicopters at, such and such middle school or high school or whatever it was. Nope, couldn't find anything. But obviously I saw the pictures, so I know what happened. But as for finding out why, no, don't know. So interesting. But this is why I say there's something going on and we don't know. These stories about get your go bag and what I was talking about in this morning's video, stuff like that. There's something that's not being released to the public that we don't know, and we're going to wake up one morning and find out what it is. And I have a feeling it ain't going to be too far off. Raptor Ranch, hello everyone from Wisconsin. Hope you're staying warmer up there. I will say this to all you guys that live up north. There's one reason you could definitely be happy you live up north. You don't have to deal with stink bugs. This time of year, stink bugs suck. They get in the house and they stink. chasing around with a vacuum cleaner or whatever, trying to get rid of them. But yeah, never had them till I moved here. I guess, another great import we got from China a few years back. So, Wild West in Maine, we can hunt deer in 2 weeks. Deer meat. Yes, I believe deer season opens here in Tennessee right after Thanksgiving. Let's see where else we got. Gene Blair, should I get my Christmas kielbasa now and freeze it? It depends on where you get it from. There is a Polish deli on Ogden Avenue. I want to say it's around, where the hell was it? God, it's been years. I want to say it's around like 63rd Street and Ogden Avenue. And the best Polish sausage. I mean, nothing you buy in a store is anything like this. I mean, this was actually meat. They didn't cook it. And it was half grease. If you can get the real stuff, I'd get it and freeze it. I mean, I would, even the Eastern European grocery here, I can't find good kielbasa at. So, but, hey, being a Polak, I am anyway. So at least we know how to make pierogi around here. Let's see, where else are we? Wild West saying I can moose meat, bear meat, and deer meat. I have had deer, I have had moose, I have never had bear meat. So that I can't speak, but obviously people eat it. How do you spell? Oh, crap. Somebody said, how do you spell bureaucrat? D-U-M-B. And then the whole thing shot up to the bottom on me. So I'm going to see if I can find it. Okay. And I can't. Okay. As far as I can go. So I probably missed some. Kevin Gaston Sr. Can zucchini seeds be canned to be saved? Why? You don't need to. I mean, dry them out, put them in an envelope, and just stick them in a drawer somewhere. I mean, they'll be good for 4 or 5 years. You don't need to can them. Not a big deal. As long as you put them in a white envelope and keep them dry, doesn't have to be a white one, just one that light doesn't get into, and keep them dry, you're good. Sheila, how long do you dehydrate the fish going fishing this weekend out of freezer space? When I catch bluegill, it takes about 12 hours thereabouts to dehydrate the bluegill. So, and then you get that nice chewy fish jerky. So, which I like, but she puts too much salt on it. Don't tell her I said that. She's a salt fanatic. Let's see. Northeast Arkansas, any recommendations on a diesel generator? Unfortunately, I don't have one because all I've got is a gas generator. I will say this, if you can find a surplus military diesel generator, go for it. But good luck finding one. No, unfortunately, that's something I had zero knowledge on. Pierre Cooper, thanks for the autographed t-shirt. Enjoy the fiddle. There you go. No problem. Yeah, it was fun. A few people wanted me to autograph the t-shirts on Saturday. I'm like, okay. Becky Reed, 2,000 illegals from Texas flown into New York last night. Yep, they're flying them into New York and they're flying them into Jacksonville, Florida. And of course, they were flying them into Chattanooga, Tennessee. Of course, they're not telling any, DeSantis or Bill Lee or whoever the latest whack job is up in New York. I can't think, it was a Hochul. Not Biden said, if this is no big deal, why are we doing it in secret in the middle of the night? What are you doing, Joe? Why? I mean, you're not CIA, though you probably, in between driving a truck and flying a helicopter, you probably were, CIA too. But, you're the president of the United States. You're supposed to be the most transparent administration in history. Kind of failing on that one too, Joe. Deborah Atkins, I'm seeing more signs posted saying coin shortage. This is training, guys. This is trying to train us not to use cash. Mike Harrington, thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate that. Ronnie Davis, no more buddy heaters around here. Yeah, those things are going to be impossible to find, especially as it gets cold. Yeah. Kiss my grits. Does Mrs. P like pickled herring and sour cream? My mom was half Russian. She got me hooked on it. I love the pickled herring and sour cream. Okay. I mean, Polish Jack, go figure. She likes just the pickled herring. So I don't want to say the wine sauce, but the clear, just the pickled herring. I'm the one that likes it in the sour cream. When I was a kid, Pamela, thank you for the super chat as well. I do greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate that. But when I was a kid and living in Chicago again, we'd go down to the Archer Avenue Fish Market, and around Christmas time, and Dad would get whole herring, and he would pickle the herring old world recipe. You know, take the livers out, whole 9 yards, do it himself. Still the best stuff ever. Can't even find the whole herring, the milkers anymore. Anyway, I know how to do it. I just can't find the fish. Adam in Alaska, can one propane tank fill another? Yes. If you have the right adapters, you can fill your little, green ones for your Mr. Buddy or whatever out of a 25 or 100-pound tank. Yes, you can do it. You just have to get the correct adapter to do it. And when you do it, remember you have to turn the tank upside down because LP is liquid propane. So you got to pour it down. So that's it. I saw Bjorn is in here too. Bjorn, greetings. Thank you for stopping by. Nice to see you. Let's see. Somebody just shot right on by. Let's see if I can. Oh crap! Now there we go. Laura Williams, thank you for the super chat as well. I'm glad you found us too. Good group of people. I'm hoping you're finding out quickly. Relentless Acres, the propane tanks are dated and expire and need to be recertified. Great. Propane is $3.98 at the Tractor Supply store in South Denver. Okay, so that's actually $1 cheaper than it is at Walmart right now. Yarn Prepper, thank you as well for the super chat. Boy, thank you guys. I do appreciate this. It'll help with shipping next week. Yeah, because it was $8.97 for 2 of them at Walmart. David Williams, I went to Walmart and and the water area was cut in half here in Mexico. I'm glad I got my Berkey water system last week. Cool, there you go. Okay, way to purify water. Guys, make sure you got a couple of ways to purify water. I know the Berkeys are expensive. There are other ways to do it. Like I said, boiling water, running it through a zero water. Great. You can do that for about $40. Have bleach tablets. Have your mini Sawyer or your Life Straw, whatever. Have a couple of different ways to purify water, because in any sort of SHTF, you're at home, I've got a well. Great. If the well doesn't work and all of a sudden you're collecting rainwater out of a bucket, okay, who knows what's in the bucket? You're still going to need to sterilize that water somehow. So make sure you got a couple of different ways of doing it. Think about all the people say, fill your bathtub with water. Not saying anybody doesn't have a clean bathtub, but I will bet most people didn't clean the bathtub after taking a shower this morning. If you had to fill it up right now, would you want to drink the water out of your bathtub? That's just my point. Okay. Ark Nan, can't find buddy heaters local. I'm going to have to order. Yeah, what is that? I forget the name of the company that makes the Mr. Buddy heaters, but they've got to be going crazy because they can't keep them on the shelves anywhere. Lori Larson, what is my backup method for heat? I am on a heat pump. That is my primary method for heat. Maybe about 2 months ago or whatever, I have a propane heater that is now hooked into my propane tank that's outside. The only thing that runs on propane in my entire house is my oven and my stove. Okay. So we had a backup propane heater put in case the power goes out. I don't have that. I can run propane heat. So I've got a couple of different fuel ways to do it. Wild West, how's that homemade wine? I've got about 6 gallons of it upstairs. The last I used it to cook with a little bit. What the hell did I make? Oh, I made rabbit stew, and so used some of it to make rabbit stew last weekend. So that was it. So no, I haven't had any of it lately. Gina Brown, I have a school by me, and they have Blackhawks land to recruit for the Air Force. Okay, maybe it's the same one. If it was in Jersey, that's the ones I saw. Okay. Derek, 2022 will be off the chain. Yeah. Again, we all said going into 2021 that it was going to make 2020 look like paradise. Next year is going to make 2021 look like a walk in a park. Okay. It ain't getting any better. Montana Grizz fan, Albertsons in Montana has Chef Boyardee cans for 71 cents. And the helicopters landing at the school could be a military recruiting day. Very possible. 71 cents is cheap. If you like Chef Boyardee, buy those. Those are cheap. I haven't seen that cheap in any store. Not the outlets, not the dollar stores, not Walmart around here. Wendy Fox is interesting about the helicopters. Saw more around the north side of Cincinnati today. Apparently the military is not short of fuel. Becky Mama, I get stink bugs here in Pennsylvania like crazy. Okay. Plenty of stink bugs in Michigan too. Okay, I take it back then. You guys up north haven't been let free. I guess maybe it's out west because we didn't have any in Salt Lake when I was there. Didn't have any in Vegas. And what the hell are these things when I got here? So, psychological prepper. Hey, Pinball, send me your email. I've got something that who knows what it was. It's Pinball Preparedness at protonmail.com. If you look in the description of any video, including this one, it is underneath there in every one of them. So y'all always can get a hold of me. Indiana stink bugs, Wisconsin stink bugs, Cleveland stink bugs, New York, Ohio stink bugs, Illinois. Okay, never mind. we're over it. Northern Idaho. Okay, then forget it. I give up. You win. Mercy, Uncle, whatever. Archer and Harlem. Okay. That's the Archer Avenue Fish Market. Okay. Military's buying truckloads of dried beans. The only time I ever had to pull KP duty was in basic training, and we never had to do anything with beans. Had to peel potatoes, but no beans. So don't know. Let's keep on going. Crap. Eric F said, what are my economic tea leaves reading? And of course, that was before it shot up to the bottom. So fortunately, I got that in before. So I will tell you what's going on. I don't know. The market is not making any sense. The dollar is getting weaker. Gold and silver are starting to get slightly stronger. Bitcoin, because of the ETF, had a nice V takeoff today. It was 62,000 or whatever it was. Remember 2 months ago it was at 29. And 2 months before that it was at 60 something then too. So but I have zero faith in this market. Okay. I believe the bottom is going to fall out of it in just boom, boom, boom in chunks. We're going to be hitting circuit breakers. It's like the market's going to open circuit breaker, 15 minutes, boom. Market's going to open another circuit breaker. It's going to be, okay, now we're closing the market for the day. I get a feeling we're going to see that. Julie, thank you for the super chat. But yeah, and for 40 years of my life, or 30 years of my life, I was a bull. Okay. And now I cannot see the market holding up. There's nothing that economically says the market should be going up like it is. I mean, this is pure speculation. There's no fundamentals behind it whatsoever. The companies aren't earning the money, yet the stocks are going up. That makes no sense. I haven't looked to see what the PE or the whole overall market is right now, but I will bet you it's probably up in the 40s at this point. It should be around 17. Freddie left you. Thank you for the super chat. I missed that one. Just saw it here. Gene Blair, do we make Kruszczyki too? Yes. Okay. Good old angel wings. Yes, we do. Looking. Hobby Garden for Health. Went to Walmart. Only 3 checkouts taking cash. You're lucky. I go to my Walmart. There's no cashiers working. If you go to the service desk, they will ring you up there. You know, the returns desk. Of course, you're waiting behind people that are returning stuff, and everything else is you have to go through the automatic checkout line. It's like today I'm in there with 30 items. It's like, no, I'm not going to be doing this. We're one little place to put bags. Not going to happen. Lola says whole herring is usually sold in Asian food stores. Couldn't find it there's a monster Asian food store in Salt Lake. Couldn't find it there. There's a whole Asian block, if you will, in Las Vegas. Couldn't find it there, and good luck finding an Asian food store around here. So, I mean, again, hour and a half drive into the city if I want to do it. That's when we go to the Eastern European one. Bells of the North Homestead, thank you for the super chat. I missed a few of these. I'm catching up to them now. Thank you. Bama Gin, am I worried about La Palma? Not at all. Okay. Again, I've covered this a couple of times. The geologists, the seismologists, and everything like that have said, yeah, this tsunami thing could happen sometime in the next 10,000 years. Okay. Now, granted, like I've said in videos, tomorrow is within the next 10,000 years too. But there's nobody outside of the YouTube fear porn channels are saying that this is going to be a catastrophic event for the East Coast of the United States. Is it something to keep a little bit of an eye on? Sure. Is it something to worry about? No. If you're on the East Coast of the United States, is it something you can prepare for? No. Okay. It's just, that's the least of my worries right now. Let's see. Simon Templar, things are ratcheting up. Carry your weapon if legally able to do so. Yep, I would absolutely agree, and I don't go anywhere without it anymore. Okay. Laura Williams says, I got an aqua pod, attach it to the tub faucet, and it sits in the tub as it fills. Yeah, probably like a water bob. Yes, same thing there. But again, a lot of people don't have them. And if you don't, go back to what I said before. Robert Bates, bathtub water needs to be boiled, filtered, and even then used for non-drinking purposes. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you want to use it for, in a pinch, yes, you're going to, and not worry about it. It's a lot better than drinking out of a puddle outside. But even then, you still need to purify it somehow, bleach tabs or, zero mini Sawyer mini or something of the sort. Adam in Alaska, can a 1 ounce silver round in a water jug purify the water? I have never heard of that. So if it can, I'm going to be surprised, but I'm not going to say it's no because I don't know. But I'd highly doubt it. Monkey Works just posted on Facebook that 53 helicopters are up, normally 6 to 8. And again, goes back to what we were saying before. What the hell's going on? Lola says you can also pickle and salt whole mackerel. Very, very delicious. Yeah, I got to catch those. There are no mackerel in the lake here. And Bama Gin, do I stockpile potassium iodine? Yes, I have it. No, I don't stockpile it. Okay. And again, the reason why I don't stockpile it is potassium iodine is only good for about a year. So every year you've got to replace it. So it doesn't do you any good to go buy enough for 5 years if in a year none of it's any good anyway. That's something that you've got to replace yearly. It's not that expensive. I think it's maybe $8 or $10 a person, something like that. I don't remember. It's been a while since when I buy it first of the year. So yeah, I guess I'm coming up to needing it again. Freedom Rain says, tell Mrs. P I said hello. It was awesome meeting her Saturday. Yeah, she was wiped out too, guys. Please understand her. For those of you guys that came, obviously you guys know Mrs. P is a little shy. All right. And, so this was stressful for her. But if you understand why, please understand this. She's doing all of this in her second language. Y'all are doing it in English. English is her second language. And so, imagine the other way around if you were sitting somewhere and, had to do it in Spanish or German or Russian or something like that. She had a good time, don't get me wrong. But, she was, by the time it was over, it's like, oh my God, I'm happy to go home. Wild West, some states banning wood stoves. I've heard talk about that today, that they're trying to do it again, the climate change stuff. I don't know. It's like, I understand what they want to do. It's not realistic, but I understand it's what they want to do. But when you don't have enough heat and we're coming back to coal, okay, it's time to put your great idea, your environmentalist ideas on hold and go, okay, would I rather freeze to death or wait till this is, or wait till this is worked out and figured out, so who knows? Avalanche Knit, if it gets cold, make sure your water filters don't freeze. The ones you may be currently using are wet. Yeah, obviously, guys, anything that you've got in the way of water filters and stuff like that needs to be in the house. Please don't be trying to filter your water outside. It's just not going to work. Bring the bucket of water in and do it in the house. Do not, and hopefully you've kept the house above freezing. Susie D, I've been hoping 2022 would balance out. No, we're still on the upswing of it getting bad. We haven't got to the pinnacle yet. Yes, Gene Blair, they said today that the supply chain won't be fixed until 2028. Yeah, and I mentioned that on one of the videos today too. As interesting as it is, and like I joked in the video, it's like, isn't that funny how that kind of ties with, like, this would ever happen? The end of Biden's second term, come on. Biden ain't going to make it to the end of his first term, and the Democrats, but Mickey Mouse could run in 2024 and beat whoever the Democrats put up with what's going on right now, because with Biden's approval rates now down at 34% or something like this. Guys, he's not even a year. It's not even a year since the election, let alone him being a year in office. And he's already got 2/3 of the country that disapprove. Angie, thank you for the super chat. He said, what you were talking about, DeSantis says they were ready to help with the cargo backlog. It's a great offer, but here's the problem with that, okay? It's not like Florida's a hop, skip, and a jump from California. You got to go all the way down to Central America through the Panama Canal, which is extremely expensive to take a ship through. And depending on the size of those ships, some of them may not be able to fit through the Panama Canal, and then come all the way back up again. It's something like a 3-week trip to get around for a ship. And if they too big to go through the Panama Canal, they've got to go all the way around the southern tip of South America, which means they're going almost all the way to Antarctica. Okay. So as great of an idea is, logistically, it ain't going to help anything for at least a month. Okay. John Zeckerly, can I believe all the scammers calling? Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting like half a dozen a day. You know, your car warranty expired, your social security, this is Microsoft, this is Amazon, whatever it would be. I and I blocked the damn phone numbers and still, you know, because now they're spoofing phone numbers. And fortunately for me, living in Tennessee, I've still got my phone from my phone number that I had in New Hampshire. And most of the people that spoof the calls use the same area code. Well, anything that I get with the 603 area code, I know is spam because there's nobody up there who'd be calling me. So, but I've got thousands of numbers blocked in my phone. It's unbelievable. And it's just, every day it's a half a dozen more. Do 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 do. Minister's Corner, trying to find a mag around Rome, Georgia. Any ideas? I did a video on this once before, and to look on finding people. Keep your eyes open. When you're in the grocery store, look who seems to have a prepper's grocery cart. When you're driving through your neighborhood or whatever, see who's got like a massive amount of groceries they're unloading from the car. Who's a gardener? Take a look at what's outside, and go, okay, here's somebody with a lot of gardens, a lot of fruit trees, maybe some canning jars, whatever it would be. If you keep your eyes open, you might be able to get an idea of who might be a potential MAG member. And then you can always start up a conversation with them. Hey, I saw you got a bunch of gardens. I had a hell of a time growing carrots this year. Do you have any luck? No, my carrots suck too. How about your beans? My beans didn't do any good either. And you can get that conversation started. I know the art of conversation is something that's completely left a couple of generations, but it's the only thing that is going to help you find like-minded people. If you're at the gun range, look to see who's got a couple of different things that they're shooting. Get talking to them. Hey, I was thinking about buying a Glock or a Ruger or whatever it would be. What do you think of yours? Get to talking with them. Just it's not something you don't go up and ring the doorbell and go, "Hi, would you like to be part of my bag?" It doesn't work that way. It takes work. Building a mag is about the toughest prepper thing there is to do. Because you don't know. Preppers by definition are somewhat secretive. So figuring that out a little bit is difficult, but you'll figure out what works for you and do it. But that, the other thing is you can find some groups that maybe meet online or advertise or whatever. But the only thing I say about that is be very careful with that because you don't know who those people are. And the last thing you want to do is find out that you just joined up with a militia group that's got 4 FBI agents in it, and you're now on a terror watch list. So there we go. Shot to the bottom again. Boy, this thing doesn't like me today, does it? Where are we? Okay. Charlie B, good point. If you don't have potassium iodide, drink plenty of apple juice. Don't know why it works, but it helps. Yes. You've got to drink a lot of apple juice, and I definitely suggest stashing the potassium iodide rather than the apple juice. It takes up less space, and then along with the amount you need, it's cheaper. But yes, in a worst case scenario, apple juice, apple juice, apple juice, apple juice. And what you're trying to do is fill up your thyroid so that the radiation poisoning can't get into your thyroid and poison you. That's what you're trying to do with it. Diane Casey, an indoor tent. Yeah, for heating, if it's, depending on where you live. If you're in Montana somewhere and it gets to be 30 below or whatever, and all you've got is a Mr. Buddy heater or something, put a tent up in the living room and keep that tent warm and stay in there. The rest of the house can be cold, but at least you can stay warm. You, your pets, your kids, whatever. You know, most houses have, 9-foot ceilings. You can get one of those 4-man tents or whatever it is and put it in a room, because what you're doing is sealing in the space. Now you're making it maybe, 100 square feet or whatever. It's a lot easier to heat 100 square feet than, 1,000 or 2,000 square feet. Psychological prepper, check your email, may be important. It's from you, so that would be making federal employees change their government security laws. Yeah, I don't think that's something that I can talk about on the channel right now. So thank you for saying that, but I think that'll get me in trouble. Let's see. Simon Templar, an Ohio prepper. Hell no, there's no way in the world I want that job. There you go. Kimberly Brick. Home Depot has a kerosene heater, 26,000 BTUs for less than $200. As long as it's one that you can use in the house, okay? Be careful with kerosene heaters. A lot of those are for like workshops and stuff like that where you have adequate ventilation. As long as it is for indoor use, go for it. It's a good price. But again, if it's for the garage and and I'll say this too. If the only thing you can find is something for outdoors and you got to leave your garage door open that much to get some ventilation, fine, sleep in the garage. Okay. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Romy Davis, man, me and my wife are trying to put together a mag. They look at us as if we're from Mars. It's not easy. I 100% agree with you, because a lot of people, when you go up and say, they're like, oh, cool. Well, if you've got everything, sure, we'll show up. No, that ain't how it works. Okay. 5 months and tolls of up to $2 million to go through Panama. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Robert Bates says, scammer calls, just set the phone down on speaker and just let it run. I actually did one time. I've actually done it numerous times. I have fun with them. When they give you a phone number to call back on, you can go on Play Store or whatever and find an auto redialer. And so I put an auto redialer in there, and I'll type in that phone number. It'll ring twice and then hang up and then automatically dial the number again. And I'll just put it on my phone and I'll let it sit there for an hour and just constantly call them, and just tie up their phone line for an hour. It works. Trent M. Pinball. Kroger has canned vegetables, 85 cents a can. Right now, that's a good price. Never too old to learn. Can you use kerosene in a lantern meant for lamp oil? I would not advise it. Let's put it this way. I mean, you hear people say, oh, yeah, you can use used motor oil in there. Okay, use lamp oil. Okay, if you've got a kerosene lamp, use a kerosene lamp. If you've got just a regular old hurricane lamp, use lamp oil. Geez, it's 2 minutes to 9. Let's see where we are. A few people said that they are near Rome, so hopefully that you can get there. Freddie left you. I missed the super chats. Thank you. They keep shooting by so fast. I do thank you for it there. Just kind of getting down here as I'm running through. North Shore says if you get an indoor heater, get a carbon monoxide detector to go with it. Yeah, you should definitely have carbon monoxide detectors. We're coming up to changing clocks, guys. Time to change the batteries in your smoke detectors, your carbon monoxide detectors. That's going to be huge. Gibson Girl says all Mr. Buddy heaters say they need to be vented, period. Okay. Diane Casey, what is a MAG? It is a mutual assistance group. It's a group of people that get together to support each other, whether it is in defense, food, cooking, whatever it would be. Think it, it's your tribe, it's your group. Linda Kruger says kerosene burns with soot, not made for inside. Like I said, using that in the garage or whatever. In Jesus' name we pray. Saw a vid today, the ports in California and everything was automated and very slow. I talked about that in the video this afternoon. Tara Benarchek, I saved the foam packing to insulate an area to keep warm. I'm in Texas. Guys, definitely get one of those things that slides under the doors, okay, to seal off the underside of the doors. It serves multiple purposes. A, it'll keep cold air from getting in the house, but B, in case there's any sort of chemical or whatever it is that's in the air, it will also do a better job of keeping that from getting in. All right, 'tis 9 o'clock, guys. Thank you all for a lovely Tuesday night. We will see you in the morning, in the afternoon, and whenever. But we're still on this channel till next Monday, so keep finding me here. See y'all around. Pinball out.